My name is Xavier and welcome to a data recovery, a post-commentary style. Yes, indeed, it has finally happened. I have managed to play a mission and somehow delete the audio for it. I mean, there's still the mission audio, like the game audio, but my microphone audio is gone. I have no idea. Did I delete it? Did I overwrite it? Did I not record it? Did I misnumber it? Mysteries abound. And so now I'm gonna try doing this post-commentary, but the thing with this is, this particular mission, I was super excited. I had just played RimWorld. I had had horrible, horrible things happen. And as a result, I wanted to log into Long Order and just obliterate, like actually play a game where I could run up and obliterate enemies. And this was a Strength 1, or what was it, Alert/Strength 1 region. Super easy mission, and I'm like, that's it, let's charge! And I was playing it very loosey-goosey, just having a good time. It was very fun. I don't want to spoil the mission, so I guess I'll just, essentially, I was doing things not the best way I could have done, and it was very enjoyable. However, I'm really worried about when I get to the action parts, how I'm going to commentate on them from a post-commentary standpoint, because, good lord. Like, how do I recapture my enthusiasm for a game when I've deleted the audio of me being enthusiastic? It's a challenge that I don't feel particularly up to, but one that I have to meet nonetheless, because I already have several other episodes after this. The next one's actually rendering now. I just started it before I started recording, or over-recording this one. But anyway, so this mission, strategic value, you get a what is it, data intel, data pack? That's what it's called, data package. Data tap? No. There's a data tap after this mission, and we're getting a data package if we succeed on this mission. There's 21 intel. Mostly, I'm just here for the troop training. I kind of went super aggressive with those first moves there, not really looking for drones. But again, I was super excited to play the game. Like, just super excited. So I was making risky moves, knowing full well that I could activate. But my plan here was to move down the street into the big open area, and then kind of hack the objective through the door, and also run right into the middle of the map. Not like the super middle, but like the side middle, and just obliterate everything. Because I thought it was going to be pretty easy. And here I am talking about like, oh, I bet there's a drone in that one tile right there. And then I like figure out, or spend some time trying to figure out, you know, where are there civilians? Am I going to get spotted? Like, where would there be a drone? What's going, who cares? I'm pretty sure I said something like that, and I run up here with Christine. Not even really caring so much, because again, it shouldn't be that difficult of a mission to do well. And then at this point, I really have no idea what I'm doing. Like, what on earth am I doing here? Am I trying to decide to move Freytag up into the fog just to be risky for no reason? It's like I'm taking an unusually long period of time. And I think I finally decide, you know what, screw it, we'll move Victor up. Because if he gets up there, and we do activate it, and there is a drone there, we can move Freytag up and command Victor, and it wouldn't be that bad. And then if he moves up there and there's nothing, we're free to move up Freytag. That's what I was doing. That makes sense now. I didn't want to move Freytag first because he was the officer, and I didn't want to give up command. And I think that was kind of a smart move, and here I am just throwing myself out into the open because everything's on green alert right now. So there's no real risk of anything shooting me, even if they saw me standing in the open. And then Slade I'm leaving up on the elevation for damn good ground in case stuff comes in. And I think I try to leave him there a lot. I'm not even sure, does he have damn good ground at this point? It's hard to say. Like, normally I'd be looking at it and saying it as I play, but now I'm not really sure. So here I see the large supply cache, 51%. I definitely 100% want to hack that before I leave. I have no memory of whether or not I actually do that, which is interesting. And then we see Stun Lancer, and Sectoid with Christine. And that's a fairly menacing pod. I think it's, what, 26 HP? And I'm now realizing, you know, Freytag can't shoot anything. Christine has to stay concealed. It's just me and Victor, and then Slate's a million miles away and probably isn't going to get an Overwatch shot, and I really want him to have elevation. So, I mean, I'm playing the mission far more loosey-goosey than I should be, considering how much HP the enemy has versus how much damage I can do, which is an extremely small amount. I probably would have been better served playing this mission more carefully, but I was very, like I said, motivated to just run up and murder things. For retribution for the actions that had just taken place against me in RimWorld. Also, did you guys notice right there that Slate jumped down onto that awning? I think when I was playing that mission, I was commentating on that, like, oh, I didn't even know you could stand on that. Like, that's a thing you could stand on. And here I am, deciding to put myself up, hoping they'll move someplace nearby so I can burninate. Unfortunately, I can't quite reach that. I did briefly consider launching a rocket to activate, but then I figured I'd probably need it on a future pod, because I think I heard a mech somewhere in the northeast of the map. There's a snake to the east and like a mech to the north. I'm not actually sure if I heard the mech yet or not. But we're basically getting in position here. Freytag's already in position, or rather, he'll be in position right now, so that next turn he can single move over and hack the objective. And then it's just a matter of being really annoyed by Slate's complete lack of mobility. So I have to put him on Overwatch, pray for... Wait, did I just hear the mech? I think I did. I think it's in the north. I think that's where I hear it. It's very important to note that. Anyway, these doofers come on down. And Slate stays way too far away to be very useful against them, unfortunately, and he still can't move to a place where he can shoot. And I think I mentioned, oh my god, and then here I just go crazy. I go absolutely crazy. I'm like, oh my god, detonation! Something like that. Only a lot more in the moment. I just couldn't even, I didn't even think it through. I just went for it. I mean, come on. I actually thought that I couldn't hit that at first. And then I was so surprised that I could, I just clicked the button and started screaming. Who even knows what? Also, I panicked both of them. You guys must have, you must be able to imagine the excitement of my double panicking the stun lancers in the street. It was a great move. And this is where the mission, my assessment of the mission, my ability to assess the mission completely and utterly collapses. Because I am so excited at this point. I don't care at all. I know there's a snake down there in the back, on the back right, I just pointed to it. I know there's a mech somewhere in the northwest, according to like my headphones. But I really just don't care. I'm going crazy, I'm moving in. It's great, Victor has an 81%. What am I looking for here? Oh, I think I'm deciding to shoot the one who has the lower HP, because he's not burning. And the other one I think is gonna burn, and we could like soften that up with Freytag or something. I also get very excited that Victor crits, because I think, is this his first mission back after his debut where he got almost wrecked? I think so. And then with Freytag, since I hear the mechs in the northwest, I'm pretty sure I fall back to lessen my chance. Yeah, lessen my chance of activating those mechs at the mech, I guess, because that's all I heard is one. I fall back to lessen the chance of having them walk in and activate. Freytag softens this guy up so the fire burns him. And then really we just have the sectoid who's burning, and we don't have to really worry about it. So that gives us an opportunity to move Slate up. Unfortunately, again, he doesn't have damn good ground. But I'm thinking, okay, let's put Slate over here behind this high cover relative to the snakes that I hear and go on Overwatch. And if they come out, he can maybe sentinel them both, and that will shut down their yellow alert reactions if they heard the stuff that we were just doing. We'll move Christine over, and then we see the snakes are actually not where I thought they were, and there's 3 of them, which is very scary to me in the moment. I thought they were a lot closer and to the right, so Slate's probably not even gonna get a shot on them. Also, I think there's 2 Vipers here and 1 Snipey Snake. And the Vipers, oh god, I hate Vipers. 10 HP, 7 HP, and something else. They all move up. Now the pig wants to go out, and I'm not in a position to pause. Good lord. Pig, vámonos. Vámonos.
I'll get him next time.
Alright, I completely missed that. Was that Slate? I think I commented something on the effect of... Was that him? God, I had to let the pig out there, so I missed what was happening. But I think I commented to the effect of, why did I only get 1 shot? And here I'm finally using lightning reflexes with Victor. Don't care at all, I am just, you noticed I didn't even spend any time thinking. I'm just like, Victor, you just crit, I just burninated everybody, let's do this thing! Get in there! A murder snake! 64% crit, who cares? Etc. Although I did briefly consider, like, oh, he has the stun lancer. Not the stun lancer, the arc thrower? So maybe I should arc the one in the back and like burninate the one in the front, and then it kind of comes down to where do I want to position myself. Can I burninate the one in the back? I'm like counting tiles here, trying to see if the flamethrower can hit the one in the back. I finally move up, deciding that it can, and indeed it can, so... Double burnination. It's not as fun post-commentary, but we light it on fire, thus effectively eliminating us having to consider it, so I'm free to use Victor to execute this snake. 64% crit, and yes. He's dead. So at this point I'm thinking, okay, I've killed 1 whole pod, I've shut down this snake, I've killed this other snake, there's just like another mech pod somewhere else, and 1 more snake remaining. I am murdering this mission. Who cares? No thinking, we're good. And then my screensaver just went off, so now I can't see, but the video's still running and I have to leave it running so I can have the time sync up. Alright, now I'm back. So I see Slate, and I'm trying to decide what on earth, how can I utilize Slate where he is? The sectoid's gonna burn again, and then I think he's gonna take an action, so I have to do at least some damage to it, because he still has 3 HP, he's probably not gonna die. And he can flank Slate, Freytag's sitting there, we need to hack the objective at some point. I'm considering, like, commanding...
If you say so.
I really don't even know what was going through my mind here. I think I just wanted to shut down the snake on the right with a flashbang. But what was I thinking with Freytag and the command? I know I was checking command there. Did I want to... Oh, no, that wasn't it. Was I thinking of moving Freytag up and then stabbing with Christine and then commanding her to go again? I don't think so, because that sectoid's almost certainly not gonna burn to death. We have to take it out. And I was still worried with that snake that he could move up and flank Victor. That's the big concern there. I was concerned he was gonna move up to that tile just to the upright and flank Victor, so I do this. Give him the aid protocol, flashbang him, we do a little bit more damage to the sectoid, guaranteeing that it burns to death on its turn, and then all we have to weather is one shot from the snake. Potentially from a flank position. And let's see if I catch this here. I think what I do is I move Slate up again, rather than Overwatch, to deny the snake the ability to flank. That, or I just go crazy and get in there with Christine. I'm not really sure. Thinking about it now, I absolutely would not go in with Christine.
If you say so.
Ah! Slate already used all this movement because he's really slow, so I broke the concealment with Christine, tossed the body shield up against the snake. This denies the snake the one tile it could move to right there. I'm just hovering over it for a second there, where it could have flanked Victor, rather. So I really just want to make sure the snake can't go there, flank Victor, get a crazy flashbang, like the same exact thing that happened to Victor in his first mission, where that same snake moved up, flashbanged, and shot him with aid protocol. So that's why I broke concealment there with Christine, even though I kind of a little scared about the mech, but not too much. I'm surprised I spent this long thinking about it, because when I was playing this mission, I felt like I didn't think at all. Snake moves up, doesn't flank, does shoot Victor. I scream in terror, even though it's only a 19% shot. I was just so scared that Victor might get evaporated a second time. And now here, what am I doing? I'm considering moving up, grabbing the loot. But I have 2 turns on that. I just hovered out there and I showed like, oh, I think the mech's here. If I move up and grab the loot, I might activate the mech. And now I have 2 HP's worth of snakes that I have to chew through. And they could dodge. So let's deal with these guys before I move Freytag up and make any final decisions. And here I am struggling with Slate. Like, I'm thinking, can I move up and command him to shoot? Can we just go in and maybe like execute this snake a little bit with Christine? I'm feeling very confident that I have enough HP between everybody and enough damage to kill both of these snakes. So we run in with Christine, smashes through the door, slicing and dice, boom. That is fantastic. I get super excited that she crits at a 6%. I think I made some kind of comment like, what's that, like the 8th time this campaign one of my shinobis has crit a 6 or 7%? It's kind of getting ridiculous. And now we have just one snake. We have one snake, we have Slate, we have Victor, we have me. Surely we can take the snake out. 100% Victor, 63% crit, we're good. He is exposed also his back to the mech pod if it comes up. And we graze. 100% to hit, and of usual, I'm saying something about graze, Grazy McGrazes a lot. Graze your face with my graze-a-thon. Who knows? And at this point I'm thinking, okay, we're fine, everything's good, let's just move out. We'll command Victor, I'm checking line of sight. I can see Victor from here. That's the only sort of safe place I can do. Actually, interesting, I popped preview line of sight to check on Victor, even though Gucci again showed me that I had the tile there, and boom, there it is. I now activate a 14 HP M2 officer and a M1 mech with 10 HP and 2 armor. And Freytag is exposed to both of them. Victor's already taken his turn, Christine's taking her turn, the snake is still sitting there with Victor exposed, and there's just me and Slate remaining. Tricky McTricksters. And at this point, I think I might have taken a very long time to consider what to do, and then I probably edited out. Or I probably was planning to edit out like the minute or two that I was thinking to, that I was just thinking in silence. Which is weird because I can't see that. The way that I edit videos is I stop talking. And I look at the mic volume level, and if the mic volume level is 0, I know, okay, this is probably a thing that where I was thinking, or the game was loading and I wasn't talking, or I was like in the other room. I'll cut that out. That's generally the editing process. But I can't see that right now because I have no mic audio levels. So I'm not sure if I should just shut up, or if I should keep talking. Like, how long is this gonna go on for? It's a mystery, the likes of which I do not know. But generally speaking, I'm considering every possible option here with Freytag. Like, should I try to burst the mech? Should I try to go for like some sort of Hail Mary to like hack the mech? The odds were kind of low. And then finally I decide, no, I'll bring myself up. I'll use myself as bait because I have so much HP, I can't die. I'll hit that officer and pray that I can light him on fire. And then I note that the officer's not lit on fire, but he is in a place that he cannot now see Freytag. I think before that move, he had a flank on Freytag and now he doesn't. And I think he's on a tile that's on fire, so if I'm standing in the open, he should probably mark and shoot me, and at least Freytag is saved, except for the fact that we have the mech now standing in the open. And I'm briefly considering like, okay, do I leave the snake alive? Or do I try to like, do I leave the mech alive? Is the mech gonna shoot me? Is he going to do like a micro missile? We're all spread out, so probably no micro missiles. We'll use Slate to pop. Yeah, I guess I am gonna leave the snake alive. I toss up an aid protocol on Victor while he's flanked. And what am I gonna do here? Freytag only has one action left. I'm definitely not gonna, oh no. I'm considering haywiring. Yeah, because my shutdown was 52%. And then I was like, wait, why did Slate's gremlin just get usurped by Freytag? That's kind of weird. But anyway, we high rolled the variance for shutdown. It was 52 base. We high rolled a 65. I'm like, okay, this is great. Pound. No Ed Anthony. Yep. That's what happened. Oh, good lord. That was just fun times. So then I was like, well, nothing I can do. We're gonna have to eat a shot from a snake. Victor, please don't die. This is the second time. This snake's not even flashbanged. Here comes the mech. Freytag, don't die. Slate, shut him down, friend. Shut him down. Slate does hit for 3. That's something at least. And here's my tanking strat. Working like a charm. This thing grazes me for 1. Unfortunately, the officer doesn't get lit on fire. He moves up and he doofers himself with a mark, as the officers always do. So that worked out pretty good. I did take 1 point of damage. Snake moves up and surprisingly spits on Christine. And at this point, I am just like, you stupid AI. Really? Like, really? That's what you had all these opportunities to do all of these things and you deal 1 effective damage? Really? Like, I sat there thinking about that for several whiles. It felt like a huge mistake to me. Especially with how much firepower I have on this squad, it's very little. But yeah, that's all the AI could do, and I was just thinking to myself, okay, let's wrap this up. And then I'm trying to decide, what the heck can Slate do? Should he overwatch? Should he move up and try to kill the snake? Can Victor shut that thing down with a stun? Should I have Christine? I mean, she has a very low aim. It's like 70% or something like that. Oh god, my screensaver came on again. I have no idea what's going on. I am commentating post-commentary the first time ever with a black screen. Wonderful. It looks like I do decide for some reason to toss up a body shield. And I think my plan is I go as far away as possible from the mech. As far, far, far away as possible. 76%, slicing a dice. Oh, grace. Yep. This snake just will not die. Also, that M2 officer is posing a huge threat here because he has 12 HP. I've used all 3 of my burninating abilities. And we have very little actual damaging abilities left here. Basically, Victor's the only person who can pump out lots of damage. Slate can shoot twice per turn, but that's not gonna help against an individual unit. So I think we reload with Slate. We try to apply some damage, even though the thing has armor. Hit for 3. That's actually, I was surprised that he hit that high, considering he didn't have AP ammo. I think I made a comment to the effect of, I really want my specialists to get higher aim, so that I can then give them AP ammo and they can be more effective against mechanical units. And then I decide, okay, we'll use Victor. I really did not want to use Victor to assassinate this snake. I mean, this is so much resources being devoted to killing these things. Like, such an asinine amount of resources. Somehow Christine grabs that loot even standing upstairs on the stairs there. Upstairs, I guess just standing upstairs would have worked fine. And I basically resolve myself to trying to A, be greedy and grab the loot, B, I'm already taking damage, so what difference does it make if I take more damage? I'm not gonna be able to go on the data tap, so who cares if I don't go on the data tap for longer, you know? I'm gonna launch the data tap right after this. So I'm trying to come up with a strategy where I use myself to bait everything, but also get maximum efficiency from Freytag and myself. And I think what I end up doing is aid protocoling myself and standing in the open, flanking the officer, making the officer want to move and then shoot me. And then I use Freytag's second action to pop the rest of the mech down to 0. So these officers, having just assassinated Felipe in the last mission, the M2 officer, killing it, like hitting him for what, 7 damage through high cover with that one shot? I'm really kind of concerned. I do not want the same thing to happen to Freytag right now. So I move myself back to some sort of weird place where I'm trying to deny the officer any tiles where he could move and have a flank on Freytag. I want to make sure the officer focuses on me, and of course, I also want to grab the loot. I only have an SMG, I can't do a lot of damage, so I move up and just do nothing. I don't even care. I'd rather grab the loot than shoot this guy for 2. That seems to work. The officer falls back, and having no good shot against either Freytag or me just goes on Overwatch. In fact, I don't even think he could see Freytag there. No, he can't. Well, Freytag can see him. I'm not really sure why he didn't shoot Freytag there, because he only had a low cover shot. But at the very least, he wouldn't have shot me because I was in the high cover. Then again, I was marked, so. And at this point, I'm like, okay, let's just pop the lightning reflexes. We got this. It's just one guy, no problem. Victor runs up, and that's he just dashed. He didn't even have run and gun. I'm thinking, okay, this mission's fine. Container's detonating now. We have to use Freytag to hack the chest, so let's just do it. Small intel cache, that's fantastic. I definitely wanted intel at this point. And at some point, oh, but look at this. Enemy protocol, 32%. And that's not an intel cache, that's a supply cache. That's 35 supplies. And I'm thinking, you know, Freytag has 75 hacking right now. That's extremely high, the highest I've ever seen. If we could just hit this 132%, no Wait Anthony hack, he'd be the best specialist in the history of the universe. Pound, no Wait Anthony, and huzzah! He makes up for it, and now he has an 85 base hacking. Good lordy McFlordy. Freytag is gonna be insane. However, I think right now I'm starting to realize, okay, I can't kill this officer. Like, I mean, Freytag's, he can't command. Victor's actually in the open, which is a mistake on my part. I was so excited, I just wanted to finish the mission. I was also surprised the AI didn't do anything. I wasn't thinking Victor's running into the open thing through, and now I'm realizing, wow, I have made a big mistake. So I'm trying to think my way through this one here. And my thoughts are, well, maybe we can use Slate to aid protocol Victor, because he's standing in the open. We have to just get closer with Christine. She literally can't do anything whatsoever. Victor could be killed by that officer. He could be killed. 5 plus 2. Felipe was killed with 5. He's actually hit for 7. So even with that aid protocol, I feel like Victor is in serious... Oh, God damn it, screensaver. Post commentary. Hard for life. What was I saying now? Oh, anyway, I'm really just concerned that Victor's gonna die here. And there's nothing I can really do with Slate either, so I just go into Overwatch because I figured, I don't know, whatever. The only real option is to make sure Victor doesn't die by using myself as a sacrificial tank. And I'm trying to find a tile where I'm gonna move in and flank this officer. He is then gonna have to move to someplace where he's not flanked, and he cannot see Victor, and he has to shoot me. And that's my thought process. And also, I want to get him a proximity bonus to shoot against me, to make sure that he shoots at me, because he has a really good chance to hit me versus shooting a long distance away against Victor. And that's just a matter of like counting all the tiles, looking at all the spots, trying to figure out, okay, what if he goes out back or like over to where I am right now? Like what if I run in where he is and he runs over to where I am and flanks Freytag? I need to make sure I'm flanking the position, yeah, right there, that line. See, I'm talking about it right now. I want to make sure I'm flanking that so he doesn't go to where I just came from. And that's the best I can do. Get right in his face, lay some damage in, we're good to go. Gotta kill him somehow. Yep, and we graze, for one. I love the graze. And he moves back here, but he can't see Freytag. That's the important thing, is that high cover. He shoots at me in the open, hits for 5, 86% shot. So I am just, once again, going full hero mode. But this time, though, well, the first time I went full hero mode, it was a really dicey situation.
Rock and roll.
This time, I'm just making mistakes and using myself as like a fallback to get out of the mistakes I made. Like, I didn't need to go hero mode. All these wounds I'm taking, they're kind of stupid. I really shouldn't have been taking them at all. But I felt like, who cares? I mean, I started the mission like super excited. I was like this commentary up the wazoo, not realizing that all the commentary would be lost. And then I'm thinking, wait, I have to hack that thing with Freytag. So let's finish this up with me. Very good.
Pressed yet?
Any loot? No. Let's make sure we hack that thing with Freytag. I remember to hack the tower, and I'm super excited. I even clapped. I just clapped right now, but I think I clapped when I was actually playing the mission. Like, I was so excited I clapped for myself, remembering something. Also, I note the fact that we now have 85 tech score on Freytag. That's how you work with enemy protocol, or how enemy protocol works. If you hack it, you get it immediately. And boom, pound no weight Anthony again. That is 75 supplies, I believe it is. This mission could not have been a better reward. And the only thing I'm gonna suffer for it is myself being wounded for a little bit. Everyone else is gonna get out of this unscathed, and considering how stupidly I played it, I'm very happy with that result,
This is
all things
Firebreath.
considered.
It's time to go.
Whew, that was actually a mouthful. I thought I was gonna have a really hard time commenting on this, or doing the post-commentary, but it was... I'm sure it was nowhere near as good as the real commentary, but
Confirmed.
it was surprisingly easy to do. At least for the first couple minutes felt awkward to me, but huh, interesting. I'm never gonna do it again unless I screw something up, but it's a lot more fun to do in-game commentary, that's for sure, to get really into the missions. Like, especially when I make the stupid mistakes, like when I ran Victor up into the open, like you can sense from my commentary, like, okay, he made that mistake because he was excited. Whereas now, I'm just like, oh, I moved him up there because I'm an idiot. Nowhere near as exciting. Also, check out Victor. Victor clean sweep. Los Fantasticos. Oh, also, Key All-Star MVP player #1, Victor. Hey, look at that. I even talked all the way through the scene that I normally edit out there. I normally count to 8 seconds once that thing loads up so people can see the scoreboard, and then I just cut out the rest until the Sky Ranger comes in. But for once, you're getting a behind-the-scenes look at my editing processes.
For our new recruits, but they've done a remarkable job, Commander.
And I'm like, what? Only 12 days for me being out? That's insane. Lone Wolf for Christine, of course, because Lone Wolf's my go-to thing. I love it. For me, yeah, clear burnout, obviously, fire spec. Victor, I'm thinking he's got 17 mobility. He's a great assassinator. He's probably gonna go, what, close encounters? He does have good aim, though. So I'm not sure if I take time to consider here for a little while. Was I like, huh? Did I want to do aimy things with him from far away? And then I remembered, no, I think I just trained up. Was it Mag I was training up to do that? So I eventually go close and personal. No idea what I'm talking about. I think I delay it because I wasn't sure because I had to go look up whether or not Mag had done that. And then of course Slate covering fire. Eventually, and then I think I mentioned during this episode, although I failed to mention it right now during the post commentary, that I wanted to get Ever Vigilant desperately with Slate. Like, he was so underperforming that mission. Like, that he's gonna be really awesome once I get it. I'm super excited about these 4 Lanerium cores. The loot looks fantastic. The supplies are great. Freytag's hacking is awesome. Oh, screensaver came up again. 4th time. Why can't I remember to move the mouse? Yeah, so this is where I'm like, okay, Mag has the aim. He's the one who's gonna go arc pulsar spec. And Victor, even though he has high aim, he's better suited to assassinations, like get right in someone's face, close and personal, close encounters, that sort of stuff. Although I was having a hard time deciding between Trench Gun, because Trench Gun is so much fun. And then I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. I did decide that because he has 4 HP, he's definitely going Formidable and Fortify, though, to keep him alive. Why did I come back here? I think I was actually saying exactly that right now. I was like, Formidable and Fortify to keep him alive. I might even go Untouchable, something like that, because I don't normally go Untouchable, but I feel like this is the campaign of trying to keep everyone alive, so maybe I'll forgo Close Combat Specialist, even though I think it's amazing to get Untouchable. Just for him, for a thematic, I mean, he had the brink of death experience, and just now he had like another near-death scare. Granted, he didn't even get shot, but he could have easily have died right there. So I'm thinking maybe thematically what we'll do is promote him to Untouchable later, and then I kind of fade off the idea. I'm sure I'll forget about it by the time I got there. I might even have said that. And here I'm just going crazy. Resistance contacts. Again. Resistance contacts. Like, that is 6 resistant. That's more than I can even contact. I'm gonna have to expand someplace with a network tower to get the discount. But then I'm even saying, you know what? Maybe I won't. Maybe because I have so many regions right now that I can contact. Oh, I'm sure I'm wadding about Brad for talking about supplies. But I'm pretty sure I was thinking once I contact my 5 base regions, now with this new resistance contact, I can contact, I think, 6. I might even just save up the 200 intel and pay the double cost to go somewhere else if I absolutely have to. It depends really on how it plays out. Now NoDot wants to come in. NoDot, come on, ruin the contact. Come on, NoDot. Come on, get in the room. Get in the room. You little doofy. So what's going on here? I think this is normally the stuff I edit out as usual, but then I see this on Mitch, and I was like, okay, do I take this? I did say I want to go fanfire with Mitch, but at 12 days, I think there was something more valuable than that. And I probably decide... Oh, I think I wanted to check Mitch's respec time. His respec time was... Where is it on the right there? Mitch, 11 days. That's right, because Mitch has very high mobility, and I thought, what if I were to go snapshot with him and give him all the pistol perks, and then he could shoot the pistols and then snapshot or move snapshot because of his high mobility. And I played around with that concept for a little while and decided it's a horrendous idea. I really strongly dislike snapshot. So... And then also, I wanted to bring him to get a promotion because Freytag is now available. He didn't get wounded. We can go on the data tap and get like 7 promotions on the next mission. So I think I decide to throw Christine in? I can't remember. I'm talking about how I want talent rounds, but in 2 days we're going to be out of time here. Or, not out of time, we'll be out of projects with nothing we can do about that. I don't particularly care about any of those weapon mods this campaign around. And what is this? I'm looking at Faceless Autopsy. What on earth would I have been talking about now? Oh, I think what I'm talking about is I want to unlock something for the Proving Ground, because we're about to lose the efficiency of having built it semi-early, because it has nothing to do. And I want whatever the Faceless Autopsy I think it's like Flechette rounds, and I think I struggle to like pronounce that. I'm like Fleshy Shetty rounds, or whatever the hell. Who knows what I was saying? But that was kind of the idea. And I was also saying something about I want the Advent Robotics as well for Freytag to really double down on his hacking ability. And then I think now it is finally time to... What am I doing? Oh my god, I have no idea what I'm doing. How can I have played this mission and have no idea? Why am I going to the market? I have plenty of supplies.
Market is open.
Oh, I think I wanted to go see how much everyone costs, and Jay Darkman was 60 supplies as a grenadier, and I only have 1 grenadier. Lewis is also a grenadier and 78 supplies. So the choice here is obvious. We're gonna pick up Jay Darkman for 60 supplies. It's a little expensive given all the things I want to buy. But I did feel like we could go bring him right now to that data tap. That would help us out there a little bit, and also he can get immediately promoted to sergeant. I'm noticing that the scientists and engineers are actually kind of cheap right now, but I have 3 of each, so I don't really need them. I'm kind of concerned that I have so little Illyrium, but I don't have the money to buy them, and then I'm like, okay, before I buy Jay Darkman, is there anything else that's more useful? And this is actually a very important point. So I was talking about emergency life support being the way I believe 2-man solo hack mission or duo hack missions are going to play out in the mid-game, where you have a specialist who has emergency life support, you run out, you hack the objective really early, you plan on them being knocked out, but with emergency life support they have 6 turns to be stabilized, then you wait for those like 6 turns for your evac to come up, run out with your stealth shinobi, grab them and get out. And so that's the new way that you can do even 0% 2-man hacking missions. I've done some like that, and I'm theorizing here for a little bit, just explaining how that process will work in the future. Even though I have no anticipation of buying these right now, just that's how I feel stealth missions are going to be more viable on Legend late game because the evac timers are so much more tight now. You can't just throw the evac, run out on top of it, and then hack and evac all in the same turn, because you don't physically have the time to get to where you need to be to throw the evac. So you can get around that by basically using life support and taking some wounds on your guy, is essentially what I was saying. And then, what's going on here? Also, I think I was saying something to the effect of, if you have lower HP specialists, like you're planning for him to die, right? So you give him the perk, or if you bring 2 people and one of them has field medic, you can decrease the amount of time that they'll spend in the med bay because they'll be restored 1 hit point after the fact. So let's say you have like a 3 HP specialist and they get knocked out. Field medic's gonna be very efficient in reducing their wounds because that's 1 out of 3 HP restored. And then I just bought something there that I missed. Couldn't quite see what it even was because Nonod's literally gnawing on my fingers right now. You evil, evil, dastardly rascal. And then I say that's probably about it. We're ready to roll. Mission over, etc. I was super excited. Didn't play the mission very well, but it was a hell of a lot of fun. I was really thinking at the time everyone's going to enjoy it because it was such an energetic commentary. And lo and behold, you all get saddled with this post-commentary babble. Bibble babble, as they say. But anywho, I think that's it. When was he returning? Data. Oh, no, stop biting me! You are an evil, evil rascal! I am not your food! She literally doesn't care. Anyway, yeah, when's he returning? Data tap, very light. Enjoy no more post-commentary ever again. And sorry for it this time. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Anyway, these doofers come on down. And Slate stays way too far away to be very useful against them, unfortunately, and he still can't move to a place where he can shoot. And I think I mentioned, oh my god, and then here I just go crazy. I go absolutely crazy. I'm like, oh, I got detonation! Something like that, only a lot more in the moment.